everyone, I'm Melissa here and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello everyone, Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment and welcome to a Wellness Wednesday 2025. Happy New Year's Day, everyone. I hope you guys had a great evening last night and got to celebrate bringing in the new year. We had a lot of fun, which you probably saw the video. But anyway, we had fun playing games and just enjoying each other's company, doing our best to stay awake long enough to see midnight. It gets harder and harder every year to stay up till midnight, but it was great. And I think it is very fitting that New Year's Day ends up being a Wellness Wednesday. Wellness is something that I have really hitched my wagon to in the last couple years. Not something I thought I would ever say. I struggled with overall wellness, eating right, exercising, doing things that are positive for my mental health and well-being. It's taken me a long time to get here, and I'm not even really here yet. I'm still figuring things out and trying to be consistent and stick with things and do things. And it's been a wild ride, and I have so much more to work toward and to accomplish, but we're on the right path, and that's a good start. So for today's New Year's Day, I wanted to talk about goals. So, most people, at least used to, have New Year's resolutions or goals for the new year, things that they wanted to do, accomplish, try, whatever it may be. I'm no different. I like to set goals. I think it's really important for me to have a goal to work toward. So before we jump into 2025 goals, let's look back at what my 2024 goals were, and let's talk about it a little bit. I kept my book where I wrote my 2024 goals, and I had 3 things on here for last year. The first one that I had was to purge, clean, and organize my home. Now, this is kind of an ongoing goal. This is something that I don't think ever ends, if I'm being honest. I did a pretty good job last year with cleaning and organizing. We did the Toss It Tuesdays, where every Tuesday we cleaned something, we organized something, we got rid of some things. Looking back on it, I think I did pretty good with it. There were some days I missed. There were some days I could have done more and I didn't. Toward the end, especially the basement, I ran into some mental health issues that forced me to stop the progress in the basement. And we kind of backslid a little bit in that regard. So I did fairly good with the cleaning and organizing. The purging, yes, I got rid of things, but I honestly feel like I could have gotten rid of more. I really think I could have. And again, this is something that I'm working on. It sounds easy for some people. We'll just get rid of it. Some other people like me, it's not so easy to get rid of things for a lot of reasons. Either it's sentimental, or I got it for a really good deal, a really good price, so I feel like I want to hang on to it, or I'm worried I won't get the value out of it that it's worth, so I don't want to just let it go for nothing, or the work that is involved in trying to get rid of something. There's a lot of reasons. So I did pretty good. I'll give myself, I think, like an 8 out of 10 on that one. I think I did pretty good. The second thing on my 2024 was spend less. This one is debatable. This is debatable. Do I feel I spent less in 2024 than I did in 2023? I honestly don't know. I want to say I spent less. My husband would say I didn't. Does my husband see everything? No. Does he only focus on the bad stuff? Usually. So I don't know if I spent less. I think I did, but I don't think it was that big of a difference to really notice, if that makes any sense. I definitely can improve this one, like 100%. I definitely can improve this one. So yeah. Again, we've talked about this on my channel. We've talked about a shopping addiction. We've talked about being a shopaholic. You know, all jokes aside, this is a real thing. I do have a shopping addiction. I do have an issue with shopping and spending money. I'm the first to admit it. I know this. I don't need to be reminded of this. I don't need to be reminded how much stuff is in my house, or do you really need that? I don't need that. I'm well aware of my issue. So did I do great on this one? No, I don't think I did. However, there were improvements. There were improvements, because I know for a fact on numerous times in 2024, I'd go to Value Village or I'd go to Winners and I would have things in my cart that I would have in 2023 just bought, would not even think twice about. And in 2024, I took things out of my cart and I put them back. And I did that on numerous occasions. So did I improve? Absolutely, I did. Is it that much of an improvement over 2023? Probably not enough that other people would notice it, but I definitely saw some changes in my behavior, and that's a good thing. The last goal for 2024 was focus on my health. Again, going back to number 2, the spending less, I would rate myself a 4 out of 10 on that one. Not great, okay? Focus on health, 2024. That was a goal of mine. How do I feel I did? Again, I think I definitely could have done better. I definitely think I made some decisions that were not great for the overall goal. I think that there were some changes with my personal trainer, and I have a hard time with change. I think there were changes with my core workout group. And again, I have a hard time with change. So I think that was a bit of an obstacle for me that set me back a bit. Not trying to make excuses, but I think there were things that just caused some mental issues for me that I had a hard time getting over or adapting to, which didn't happen as quickly as I would have liked it to. So did I focus on my health in 2024? It was a priority. Could it have been more of a priority? Yes, absolutely it could have. So what would I rate myself on that for 2024? Again, I'm going to say an 8 out of 10. I think I gave it 80% of everything I had, but there definitely was more I could have done. Absolutely. So what does that mean for me for 2025? Well, pretty much the same things. I've written down my 2025 goals. There's a lot here. Some of these are personal goals. Some of these are kind of couple goals. And some of these are just things that I would like to do that, you know, if we can do them a little more than usual, great, but not necessary, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to have a sip here. So we're going to keep with number 1 goal of 2025, purge, clean, and organize, with an emphasis on purging. We're going to be a little more ruthless this year. I'm going to push myself a little bit further this year. When we do Toss It Tuesdays, we didn't do one yesterday because it was New Year's Eve, so we did something a little different. But next week, Toss It Tuesday, is going to be the first Toss It of 2025. And we're really going to focus on purging, getting rid of things. This is what we're going to do. And then, of course, cleaning and organizing. So that's going to be the goal. So yes, Toss It Tuesdays will still be in effect for 2025. The second goal, I wrote actually spend less. So last year I had spend less. This year it's actually spend less. There are a few times of the year that I know I spend money. For example, when I go on vacation, I know I'm spending money. When it's my birthday, I know I'm spending money. When it's Boxing Day, I know I'm spending money. So I know there's a few times of year where I definitely will spend money. I'm probably going to continue to allow myself to do that in those instances. However, before I spend money on those instances, I am going to ask myself a few questions. Number one, do I really need this? Do I really want this? Am I going to use this? Is there a spot for this in my home? I'm going to ask myself some questions before I buy anything. And hopefully the answers to those questions will help me decide if I really am going to buy it or not. So I'm really going to stop, not be so impulsive, which is really funny because shopping is literally the only time in my life where I am impulsive. I am not a risk taker. I am not impulsive. Every other aspect of my life is well planned, well calculated, well researched. Like shopping is the only thing that is completely opposite. So I'm going to do my best to actually spend less money. I'm going to try not to go into stores. I'm going to try not to go into Value Village. That's going to be hard for me, but we're going to try. So that's going to be a 2025 goal. And again, I don't want to jinx myself because I do this every year. Every year when the new year starts, I feel energized. I feel vibrant. I feel like I have a plan. I feel like I'm ready to put that plan into action. And in the past few years, something has happened that causes this to completely go off the rails. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen because I do really feel focused this year. And I really think I'm going to put extra care and effort into these goals this year. So fingers crossed. The third goal, I'm going to continue to focus on my health. However, I'm stepping it up. What I did last year was fine, but it didn't really get me anywhere. So this year, I'm focusing on my health. I have a brand new trainer starting next week. I will have a brand new class for exercising with brand new people. It's going to take me a bit to kind of get used to all the newness, but I'm going to push myself. I'm going to make going to the gym a priority. I'm also going to make sure that whatever I put in my body is helping me get to my goals. So I'm really, again, going to ask myself some questions. Is this going to help me get to my goal? Is this something my body needs? Like asking these questions before just mindlessly eating or drinking something hopefully will help me stay on track to get to my health goals. So focusing on health is going to be a really high priority in 2025. I also already have lined up a brand new naturopath to hopefully help me with some, I don't want to say medical issues, but just some hormonal issues and things going on with my body that is causing me not to get rid of the weight as much as I'd like to. Hopefully by seeing a new naturopath and getting a new perspective, I also have some, medical testing and blood work and things like that lined up for 2025, again, to hopefully give me an insight into some things that might need to be adjusted or tweaked to help me get to those goals a little quicker. So that is still going to be a focus for 2025. Those are my top 3, same as last year, but I still feel like we can improve on these. So, and I feel that these are still important. So that's why I'm not really adding in any big new stuff, or I'm not stopping on these goals. The next goal is kind of a partner goal. My husband and I, we are going to focus on paying down our debts, which we've already been doing in the last year. We've already been able to pay down some debt. Now, again, almost like every year, toward the end of the year, things fall off the rails a little bit. We've got a lot going on at the end of the year. We've got my birthday. We've got my daughter's birthday. We've got our wedding anniversary. We've got Christmas. We've got a trip. Like, we've got lots of things at the end of the year. So we usually end up racking up some debt. So for 2025, we're focused on paying down the debt, but not only just paying down the debt, we're also focused on not accumulating more debt. That's a big one. We're really going to focus on that for 2025. So again, that's going to need both my husband and I to make some changes and to be honest with ourselves and each other and be realistic about what that actually looks like. Because I know for a fact both of us spend money on things we shouldn't. They're different things, but I know for a fact we both do it. So we both really need to focus on this together as a team and work together on this goal. 3 other goals that I've thrown in here. One of them is to read more. I really want to read more. I love reading. I have got so many books, you guys. I could open a library, honestly. Now, one way I'm going to be, for sure, making sure I read more is starting tomorrow. Tomorrow, do I have it here? I do. Hang on. We are going to be Thursdays, Turn the Page Thursdays, where we are doing our own little book club. This is the first book we are going to be reading together on Thursdays. So I know for sure we will be reading more in 2025 because I've made it a priority. And not only that, I have put it in motion in a way that I know every Thursday we'll be reading. So that is definitely an improvement over last year, where I think I read 1 book. I had a plan to read more, and I think I read 1 in a year. So that was not great. So let's do better this year. I want to say challenge, but I don't know if it's a challenge. My husband, because he's great and very supportive and never points out shortcomings, he has lovingly pointed out on numerous occasions how much stuff we have in the home, and how there's so many things. He's very lovingly stated this over and over and over and over again, and he has lovingly challenged me to wear the clothes I have. My husband likes to point out that I have a lot of clothes, and I do, because I like clothes and I like the way that they make me feel. Now, he is right. Typically, I wear the same clothes over and over and over and over again. Usually, they're workout leggings and t-shirts. That's typically what I wear because I'm typically in the gym a lot. But I do have a lot of very nice clothes. So I'm going to hopefully wear other clothes in 2025. Now, it's going to be interesting because his challenge to me, which I don't think I can pull off, but his challenge to me is to wear different clothes every single day in 2025. Now, Do I have enough clothes to do that? I don't think I have that many clothes that I can do that. But I also, a lot of my clothes are fancy dresses for going out to fancy places, which we do not do. So, do I want to wear a ball gown to go get groceries one day? Not really. But he has put the challenge forward. So I don't know how much I'm going to do for this challenge, but I am going to try to make sure I wear like my everyday kind of clothes, not so much the fancy ball gowns and evening dresses, but like the everyday stuff. I am going to do my best to make sure I wear the items of clothing, because I do have a lot of clothes in my closet that do still have the original tags on them. That's true. That is a fact. So that is one thing I'm going to try to do for 2025. Now, not only am I going to try to wear the clothes I have that I haven't worn, but I'm also going to try to wear jewelry and or accessories that I have that I haven't worn. So again, that's going to be a goal for me for 2025. Am I going to do it every single day? I don't know. But I'm going to try to at least improve on it, because by wearing these things, I'll be able to know if I like them or not. If maybe I'll wear a pair of earrings and I'm like, ooh, these bother my ears. Why keep them? Or I don't like them. Get rid of them, right? Or maybe I'll find something that I absolutely love. Like, oh my God, I love these earrings. Why have I not been wearing them? It's another way to help me kind of organize and purge and get rid of things, right? So, and with that too, I also have like a lot of scarves. I have a lot of purses. And typically, I find one purse and I use it all the time, over and over and over and over again, until it breaks or rips or something happens to it where I change into a different purse. But I'm going to try to switch stuff out more frequently in 2025. It may not be every day, but I am going to try to switch it up every now and then. So that's a goal I'm going to give myself. And the last thing I have on here, one second. The last thing I have on here is to use the things I have, because I have so many things that I have great intention of using that I just haven't. And again, I ask myself, if I'm not going to use it, why is it here? So I'm going to really focus on using the things I have. And that could be anything. My bathroom is filled with face masks and little under eye pads and creams and lotions and hair tools and all the things that I haven't used yet. Same with my kitchen. It's filled with appliances I haven't used yet. So that's going to be a main focus for me for 2025 as well. There's so many other things that I could focus on, you guys. Like there's so many things. But I think this is a really good list. There's 7 things on this list. Am I going to do all of these all the time consistently? No, I don't think that's realistic. But I am going to continue to focus on the top 3, which are purge, underlined, clean and organize my home, actually spend less, that should be underlined too, actually spend less, and focus on my health. So that is my goals for 2025. What about you? Are you making any goals for yourself, or anything that you want to focus more time or effort on for 2025? Let me know in the comments what you're thinking of doing. And if you have a partner, do you guys do just individual goals, or do you come up with some partner goals to work on together? I'm curious about that as well. Because my husband and I don't really do partner goals, except for the last couple of years we have been focused on paying off the debt. But it's not like we make other goals. Like we try to make plans like, ooh, we should have a date night every 2 weeks. That didn't work. Oh, we should have a date night every month. That didn't work. Like best intentions, right? But let me know. Do you just do individual goals? Do you have a partner that you do partner goals with? Do you not do them at all? Let me know your thoughts. I know a lot of people as well like to make vision boards which I think is a great idea. I've never made one personally. I do think it's a great idea. I've thought about making one. I don't think I'm going to be doing that this year. Maybe next year, we'll see. But I do make my list, and I do my best to stick with it. So we'll see how it goes for 2025. All I know is right now I'm feeling energized, I'm feeling motivated, I'm feeling focused, I'm feeling good about 2025 so far. So fingers crossed, it's going to be a great year, and let's make it a great year. Let's make sure our outlook is positive and happy, and it will be a great year. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. As always, I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for watching this Wellness Wednesday. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.